Well, hello there. And this is Auntie. And I am here to do, wait a minute, my review of Married at First Sight, Season 13, Episode 8. Could this be love? I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop.
auntie that
You can make this up. Now you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even bother?
Aunties and lies, sweet old auntie. Aunties that cry. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Well, hello everybody, and this is Auntie. And if this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. To all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for being here. And to all of my nieces and nephews and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. If I had to rate this episode, I will rate this episode a complete D minus. I thought this was such a filler episode. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Tell me down in the comment section where you would rate this episode. Like I thought it was just a failure to launch on every part. With every couple. But we're gonna rant anyway. I want to say welcome to Terry. She said that this is her first time being in my live. Welcome, Terry. Y'all take time out to welcome her to the live. Um, Also, I am going to be collabing, hopefully, with Janice Hilton, and she has a YouTube channel. And I think she is absolutely hilarious. Okay. So I want you all to be looking forward to that collab. I think we're going to just come out here as girls and just kind of talk about Married at First Sight this season and just, chit chat and maybe bring some of you all up on the screen. Okay. Okay. But anyway, we're going to get to this rant. I don't even know where to begin, to be honest with you. I just like this is a whole bunch of foo la la. And it is just, these are the most mismatched couples that I have seen in a very, very long time. As you all know, I've been covering Married at First Sight since the very beginning. And I am not liking it. I think that this is just causing unnecessary conflict and misery in people's lives. And I think it's unfair to these couples. Y'all let me know in the comment section what you all think. Usually on these lives we have member only chat, but I wanted to open it up because we have so many new subscribers who have come over from Janice's channel, and I wanted to give them an opportunity to chit chat. But next week we'll go back to members only chat. Okay, if you want to be a member of Auntie's Advice, please go to my community page. I believe that my moderators are here to give you instructions if you would like. Especially for those people who have Apple phones, right? So if you have an Apple phone, I'm sure that they will help you and assist you in getting that information so that you can become a member of Auntie's Advice. So anyway, y'all, let's just go ahead on and get started with Brad. Brett and Ryan. Brett don't like Ryan. I don't know if it's the pink hair. I don't know if it's her breasts. I don't know what it is, but he does not like her. Brett is indicating that he is still waiting for Sparks to fly. Boo, if Sparks haven't flown, they're not going to fly. I mean, it's as simple as that. I mean, who you fooling? Okay, he's talking about, he's been mentioning, about her, being upset about being on a plane and stuff like that. Does he know how many people are afraid to fly? Hello, somebody. Okay, I do it, and when I got to do it, but he's complaining and nitpicking about everything about this young lady. This is a mofo that's been on 1,001 dates like a Dalmatian bitch. Okay, so what in the why would we care? Why would we care that Sparks hasn't flown for him? Because Brett is starting to fall in love with him. Brett likes everything about this mofo, and I don't understand. He doesn't talk. He has that little stoic look. He doesn't have any life to him. I mean, he's just oh. But she think he is fine as age wine. She's trying to communicate to him that she's feeling some kind of way about him. The questions this week was, what will it take for me to fall in love with you or fall in love? These are people who know very little, in my opinion, about love from the giddy up, because they're on a show marrying somebody at first sight. You're on a show marrying somebody at first light, at first sight. You have taken a chance to marry a mofo that you don't even know. And but you know how to tell somebody, okay, what it takes for you to fall in love. Bitch, you don't know. You don't have a clue. I don't have a clue. They don't have a clue. They need the counselors to tell them when they're in love. I feel like I'm in love with you if I think about you all day. What? Are you kidding me? I think about chocolate all day. Bitch, that don't mean that I'm in love with it and it is good for me. Okay. Thank you so much, midwife Crystal, for the $4.99 super chat. There is no light behind Ron's eyes. Is he even here with us? Love you, Auntie. Love you too, midwife Crystal. Welcome, boo. Thank you so much for that super chat. It's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How in the world do you fall in love with somebody, right? He's saying he's waiting for Sparks, but Sparks just not gonna fly for him. They're just not. It's not gonna happen if it hasn't already happened. One thing that I always say is that, it only takes me 24 hours. And most of the time it's less than that, bitch, to know whether or not I like you. Ryan, I'm sure, has known within the first 24 hours that he wasn't attracted to this lady. Once she took that makeup off and that wedding dress and nostalgia and all of that of the wedding was over, he was done with her. I mean, we never really even saw him really make any moves with her, and it's just not there. And to me, I would rather you be honest, but at the same time, she's got to be able to pick up those signs and really truly have that conversation. Now, he indicated that, he doesn't know whether or not he's in love. He has messed up with several women because he he said he messed up with several women because he launched too long. It took him too long to launch. Too long for him to say, how he felt. And by the time that he did, other people, the women were done with his ass. Thank you so much, Beverly calling for the $4.99 super chat. As a former psychiatric nurse, he reminds me of a patient on meds. Damn. She got him drugged up, okay? But it's just, he says it takes him too long to tell somebody how he feels. And by the time he realizes and gets out of his head They're disinterested. And so of course she sees that as a red flag, but I don't know why she don't see that blank stare as a red flag. Bitch. I mean, you basically looking, you can use his eyes as a mirror, bitch, because they just like, he has more life when he's at the gym with his friends. And so I just really don't think that this couple was going to last. And it's unfortunate. Okay, the next couple that I want to talk about is Jose and Rachel. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comment section whether or not you all think that Rachel is already losing a part of her. Rachel is not the bubbly person that we saw in the beginning of this episode, I mean of this season. Y'all please let me know whether or not you all are seeing the same exact thing that I'm seeing. Thank you so much, Nikki Monet, for the $4.99 super chat. Ron reminds me of the guy in high school who was friends with a few cool kids, but not actually cool himself, but he thought he was. Y'all are reading Ron. Can't wait to see what y'all put up here for super chats about Gil. I know y'all holding them super chats back for the Gils, okay? All righty. I think I saw another one too. Thank you so much, Tracy S, for the super chat. Thank you, boo, for the 1999 super chat. Long time no see, Auntie. You look fabulous. I'm happy I caught you live. I'm happy you did too, Tracy S. Thank you so much, sweetie pie. Okay. Absolutely, K-Love 92. She said, yeah, she isn't because Jose's taking over everything. Absolutely. The only thing that this woman is asking for from this man is for him to listen. But Jose is so busy talking and running things with his Napoleon syndrome that he can't hear anything because Jose's in love with Jose. Jose's in love with what comes out of Jose's mouth. Jose's in love with Jose's blackboard or whiteboard or whatever board. Jose is in love with all of that. Okay. Now, if you go to Janice Hilton's channel, you will see that she and I had an hour-long discussion. And one of the things that we talked about was that damn board. We talked about the inconsistencies in the money that was there, and we're wondering whether or not that is a plot, a plot. I mean, a prop, a prop. Okay, he is in the room with the couples. Now, I was shocked that Myrla was laying on his bed like that, but okay, all right. Was y'all shocked about that? Miss, I don't go to people's houses and laying up on somebody's bed because it look comfortable. Okay, so then what is she saying about the bed that she got? Because they all in the same damn building. Don't they all got the same mattress? Could not understand that they was doing on the bed. But I guess, they had sat there and listened to Jose so long that she was like, sleep, little baby, go to sleep. Rest on my pillow, your head. Sleep, little Myrla, go to sleep. I just was like, what is going on? He is running his mouth. He's talking about stuff that's stupid and dumb. I just could not hang around him. He had to make sure that he had a cookout at his house instead of a housewarming party or a housewarming party part 2 at the apartment building where they're all living at. He's a show off. The only thing that he has, in my opinion, that is substantial is his house and the little things that he possesses. And it's unfortunate because he doesn't see himself. And if Rachel stays in that relationship with him, she will be minimized. She will be, this is my opinion, stepped all over. This mofo wants to run and control every aspect of her life. She doesn't have a voice. She's going to lose her voice. These are my opinions. Y'all let me know your opinions, okay? Because we can say what the hell we want to say about him. She's going to lose. He is the guy her daddy warned her about. He doesn't, entertainment for him is having people over at the house. It costs just as much. I just had a barbecue. Honey, you know how much money I spent? Do you know how much money I spent? So, he wants to minimize those things that are important to her instead of embracing those things that are important to her and balancing it out between what he likes and what she doesn't like. Bitch, when they went out last week to the Lowe's or the Home Depot just to get some damn flowers or plants for the house, some herbs, she didn't even have the opportunity to pick what she wanted. And then, she had mentioned on the boat, that she had cheated when they was playing it, never have I ever. And a question came up, have you ever cheated? And she drank, which means that she's cheated. So now he decides when they're supposed to be doing, this little love exercise, he decides that he wants to bring that up. Okay, because she was like, you got anything you want to talk to me about? Any concerns? Whoa, 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 whoa. So he mentions that. And he asked her about the cheating. She said, I was in a relationship with a mofo for 8 years. 2 years into that 8-year relationship, I cheated. I was out with the girls. I was drunker than a skunk. Probably was and all of that too. And she said that I went with him and things happened. I wanted to have like a one night of, I don't know what she was thinking in her mind. Okay, because with the stuff that's going on, boo, why would you be one nighting with anybody? But I digress. Some people like it. It's the thrill of it, I guess. Auntie don't need that kind of thrill, bitch. Put me on a roller coaster backwards, and that's all I need. Okay, I'll come up for there, and I'm good for the day. Okay. But anyway, she she indicated that she cheated, that she told her mate about it, and they stayed together for an additional 6 years. He says, well, how do I know that you changed? She said, you just got to trust me. If she was in this relationship with this mofo and he forgave her, because a lot of couples, okay, whether they're married or not, forgive infidelity. And this gentleman chose to forgive the infidelity. Now, I don't know why the two of them broke up with one another. And frankly, I don't give a damn. What didn't happen is they did not break up and did not make up. They broke up, they made up, and they continued on for an additional 6 years. This bitch says that he was in a relationship with a woman that had so many kids. Okay, she was a little woman in the shoe. Okay, that nursery rhyme. Y'all remember that? Okay, the little old lady that lived in the shoe. She had so many damn children. She didn't know what to do. He was dating her. Okay, Jose was dating her according to him, and he stayed in a relationship with her for 4 years. 4 years, and decided that he just couldn't do it no more. He didn't want no woman with no child. What the hell? When did you find that out? Since you didn't impregnate her, those kids was already there. And when you left out of them, they all was 4 years older than they was when you came into the mofo relationship. But you decided to stay with this woman, waste this woman's damn time, get what you could get up out of it, and then say your children are an issue. You raggedy piece of... If that wasn't some raggedy crap, and so how can she trust you? How does she know that you ain't going to abandon her and walk out on her mofo when you can fake and be with a woman, integrate, excuse me, y'all. These rants take a lot of energy. Integrate yourself into these children's lives and then walk up out of that mofo. You think that he was not paying a daddy dearest to those children? Bitch, are you like what? But see, here's the thing. When you don't have children, you don't understand being in a 4-year relationship. Yeah, I got this to the side. You don't understand being in a 4-year relationship with a mofo and your children are possibly looking at him as stepdaddy. But you just mosey your little ass along. You go and build your little blocks, okay? Your little builder blocks, okay? And you walk up out of those children's lives. And then blame the children for their existence for you walking away. You sorry son of a you know what. That's disgusting and deplorable. You don't do stuff like that. He said on national TV, you think that that woman that was with him ain't looking and them kids ain't looking and saying that's mama boyfriend? And he said, I left mama because mama had you. How you think those kids gonna feel about that? People need to watch what they say before they say it. And he's one, but he's so arrogant and he's so insensitive and non-caring that he don't care about how that's going to affect that woman and her children. She may not have never told her kids, but you're going to sit your ass on here and then point your finger at her, okay, because she cheated with a man who forgave her. Maybe they didn't forget in the relationship, but he forgave her. And she was upfront about it after she did it. Unlike him, it took him 4 years to be honest about it and waste all this woman's time and her children's time and affection. I hope he's looking. Because I'm going to tell you what, karma ain't forgot you did that. Karma has not forgotten that you did that. You little bitch. You little bitch. He's a little bitch. Okay, y'all, the dogs is, I don't know who they barking at, but I had to pause because somebody ass fell. Next couple. Whew. Okay, breathe, auntie. Next couple I want to talk about is Johnny and Bao. What the hell is going on with Johnny? I'm a little concerned that Johnny may need a little red pill. I don't know if I don't know if he needs a big red pill, a small big red pill, or a big red pill in a big red house. But bitch, something is wrong with him because he is off and on like a faucet. What the hell is wrong with Johnny? Where Johnny can't stay consistent with how Johnny feel. He's just as fickle as he can be. But at least he got fat Bow finally gave him some ass. So maybe that will calm him down and get him off the ceiling because she simply sat there. She said she wanted to cook a meal for him, right? She cooks a meal for him. She want everything perfect. Boy, everything ain't gonna be perfect. Okay. Sometimes it may be scorched at the bottom. Sometimes the biscuits may be just a little bit too hard. Might not be enough butter on that bitch for the man that you date. I don't know. Just make sure you ain't got Michaela in there of seasoning your food. Okay. But she wants everything to be perfect because this is what he's giving. This is the energy that he's giving to Bao. Now, Bao got a crush on him. She liked the man. Okay. I wouldn't not be surprised if Bao was the first one to say, I love you. Okay, they had that little conversation too about who gonna say I love you first, who gonna what, and I think it's gonna be Johnny, and I think it's gonna be, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something right now. That goddamn Gil run his mouth too much. He just, you know what? He act just like a woman, in my opinion. Yeah, he do. He act just like an old woman, an old hag, okay, sitting in the chair, waiting for people to walk past her porch so she can gossip a little bit. Don't know what to say out of her mouth, ain't got nothing good to say out of her mouth. This is how, Gil acted me. But anyway, let's go back to Johnny because Johnny ain't far from it. Val sits down and makes a decision that she's going to have a meal. They sit down, they cook together and everything. She wants everything to be perfect for the two of them. Prior to that, Val had no, yeah, she had cooked the meal and all of that kind of stuff. And they sat there and he liked the food and stuff. She brings up a conversation that, about, him saying that he didn't think he was ready. And this bitch goes off. He goes off at the table. I'd have been like, hold up, wait a minute. He goes off and tells her that she's judgmental. She's having a conversation with you about something. He said, then you need to just talk to me. Bitch, she tried to talk to you when y'all was having pillow talk and you said, skirt. I done said what I had to say in this bed and I need you to just go ahead on and save your for tomorrow. So tomorrow is here and it's time for me to talk about it. And now you getting hyped up at the table. I don't know if it was editing. I don't know what it was, but him popping off like that just seemed like it just came out of nowhere. Thank you so much, Barbara Cronin, for the $4.99 super sticker. Thank you, Bill. Did I miss any? I hope I didn't miss any, y'all. Yes, I did. Thank you so much, Nikki Monet, for the $4.99 super chat. Johnny is very scary. He looked like he wanted to slap Bao out of her seat when they were having that conversation. Okay, he may have with the poor editing that they did. He very well may have. Okay. Did I get any more super stickers? Thank you all so much. Okay. Then the next thing you know, she's sitting up on the sofa with him. You're the best thing yet to ever come into my life. And now he want to do the do. He want to get busy with Bao. Bao has realized she has studied him enough to realize that he really needs his ego stroked, honey, to get it up and to get it on. She said, tonight is the night, okay? Y'all know I'm ready to sing. Tonight is a night where you make me a woman. Okay. Val said, you're going to make me a woman tonight. She said, I'm so lucky to have you in my life. Oh, my God. Because he indicated that he learned about sex. His parents never talked to him about the birds and the bees, but he learned about sex through animation. Okay, these animated, you know what? She was like, oh my God, I thought that was so cute. I thought, and that made me cringe because he was talking about how when she gets excited about things, how she acts like a kid. And I just didn't know whether or not he was going to gather her up in her throat. Okay. When she was laying up there acting like a baby, but she switched it off real quick and was like, you so cute and you so handsome. He said, you want to finish that drink? Let's go. So, of course, the next day, honey, the two of them got up and, the producers, I'm sure, was waiting to hear the word. They probably slept outside the mofo door. When they went up in that bedroom, I'm sure they camped out all night, honey, and ate cheese and crackers, bitch, and broken up half-eaten Snickers in their pockets to find out the next morning what happened between the two of them. Well, yes, they did. They, Bao said, I'm not going to say whether or not I consummated the marriage, but what I will say is the two of us woke up happy. Real happy. Bao said Johnny said I was like bow chicka wow wow chicka wow wow bow chicka wow wow. Okay. Johnny was like, I basically got it in. So the next day, it's some celebration. I can't remember if it was his birthday or whatever it was. And she had all these beers on the counter. And she wanted to play darts with him because that's the thing that he likes. And so she had this wonderful little thing for him, and he was very happy and pleased. It was all of his favorite things. She had fried chicken and all of that kind of stuff, and the fried chicken looked like it was number thighs. I said, bitch, where's the wings? Okay. But anyway, they sat there and they did that, and they played games, and he was like, this is the best night, bitch, we've ever had, okay, because I'm toe up from the flow up. And so they begin to play, with the darts and everything. And they said, whoever wins will be the person who dominates basically in the bedroom. And of course, Johnny wins. The next couple, honey, I want to talk about is Gil and Marla. Why don't they just go head on and in this broke back mountain mofo needed? Let me tell you something. It ain't nothing like dating a broke mother. I'm sorry. They make you miserable. It is nothing like dating a mofo who is broke. And unfortunately, Gil is a broke mofo, in my opinion. They need to end this. Just go ahead and put all of us out of our misery. Would you please? They are complete and total opposites in every cotton freaking way. Spiritually, mentally, financially, emotionally, in looks. Because up underneath Gil's chin looks like a speed bump. It looks like something that you got to. I told Miss Janice, that mofo, all these bumps and stuff that's up underneath here, looking like Dr. Pimple Popper needs to make him an emergency appointment. It looks like you're breaking every time you go up on that mofo. When she even think to kiss this mofo, I'm sure she's approaching it like a speed bump, like, let's go over this mofo. Let's go over this speed bump slowly, bitch. Okay, let's you know how your car got to go over it. You see that? You at the bottom, bitch. You said I ain't gonna be able to do it. And then he's sitting out there, he talking. So what do you so what about them eyelashes? Bitch, what about that tongue? I can't really hear half the stuff that he say or she say anymore. He gives Myrla a ring. Okay, a little pink ring. Rachel said, I don't understand why she doesn't see the why she don't just say thank you and she appreciate it. She probably did say thank you and appreciate it, but she ain't got to lick his balls because he gave it to her. I'm just saying. I'm talking about tennis balls. Okay. You see his tennis balls, his soccer balls, his marbles, those kind of balls. She ain't got to do all of that because he brought her a little plastic pink ring. She's trying. Is she materialistic? Hell yeah. Has she asked him for a dime to buy it? No. See, that's the difference. I got a whole lot of girlfriends. And in many ways, well, I ain't materialistic, but I like the finer things. And there's nothing wrong with it when it's balanced out. And in my opinion, with all the property that she owns and the savings that she has, she deserves to live this way. Who wants a Debbie Downer or a Derek Downer around them all the time, yippity yappity or trap? You have learned how to live a broke life. I have learned how to live a life of privilege. And there's a big difference in the mentality. Who wants to be around somebody when you want to go and drink a Chanel number 6 and you want to put your post up on Instagram and show everybody that you drinking it because your favorite fucking YouTuber. Let's get into it. Your favorite YouTuber put up on her YouTube channel that she was drinking a Chanel number 6. She told y'all bitches where it was. She put it down in the description box. You decides, oh my goodness, Auntie is drinking a Chanel number 6. I've got to go and get that drink. You got a man, you go and get the drink, right? You decide this is what I want, right? You take your man with you and everything. And then he says, if they didn't have a drink here, would you have came? No, bitch, because the YouTuber didn't tell me that she told me where to come and get the drink at, bitch. What part don't you understand? That my favorite YouTuber put it up on her YouTube channel, okay? Thank you so much, Sing Pray Love, for the $4.99 super chat. Gil's face looks like he has a cheese grater. Ah. Oh. Ah. Oh. Dang it. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Oh. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Saint Pray Love. Ooh. You got me crying. She got me crying. Oh my goodness, she got me crying. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Y'all, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. Whew. Oh, okay. All right. Jesus. I apologize. Oh. Welcome, Rude Girl Chelsea at 639. Welcome, boo. Y'all show her out. Welcome, boo. Okay, let me get it together. Okay. Whew. Okay. I gotta remember where I was. Okay, so she decides that she wants to go to this restaurant. Some people like myself, we're foodies. I have a group of friends. That's all they do is go out to different restaurants based on what somebody suggests. $90 meals, $30 meals. That's what you like to do. That's what you like to do. Now, he made it an issue when she didn't want to fly on that thing, when she had motion sickness, but she went along with it. This is what she wants to do. And now you feel like you a trophy pitch, a trophy. You think you a dime piece that she's just using you, Gil, as eye candy. No, boo. You look like you got candy rocks up underneath here. Okay? It's like straight up, seriously, for real. You look like a whatchamacallit bar down up underneath here. Are you kidding me? You're not a dime piece. You're not a dime piece. He needs to feel needed. Okay, that's fine. I understand that. I can relate to that. Everybody wants to feel needed and loved and appreciated. But Gil, you just ain't all of that. I'm sorry, you just not. You ain't packing the punches. You not. You ain't. And the thing about it is, if this is what she likes to do, all she asked you for was brunch, and then she said a date night every other week, twice a month. That's nothing. You lucky you ain't dating me, because it will require more. But since she know you broke and your money is offshore at some in Colombia and you taking care of your mama, she lowering the bar for you. Because trust and believe, she doesn't need Gil to do. She's already been doing it for herself. The hell? She don't need Gil. For what? You mad because you're not getting a kiss? Step your game up. Step your game up. Because trust and believe me, just like you wouldn't have picked her, she wouldn't have picked you. Because it's horrible. And you know what? Here's the thing. Jose is treating Rachel the same way that Gil is treating Myrla. You can't reach that level. And so you rather bring them down. Instead of stepping your game up to reach the level that she's at. So money doesn't mean anything to you. But money means something to me. And it answers all the questions that I have in my life. Now, you know, you're a firefighter and you're just starting off. You ain't bringing nothing to the table. I know that's intimidating for a lot of men. But don't tear the sister down because you're not at that level. Celebrate me. Come into my life, into my world. She went there because her favorite YouTuber said go there. How many things have you all done? Or how many things have you all purchased? Or what have you done in your life based on what Auntie has advised? Why do you think that Instagrammers and YouTubers, right, have platforms to influence your life? It ain't nothing wrong with going out and getting a drink. How many advertisements have you seen on the television and you get your ass up and you get in your car and drive 50 miles to go and eat it? How many people look at food networks and food channels and all of that kind of stuff? That's the end thing. Chefs and all of that, they make so much money. Why? Because people want the experience. He said if this was called whatever dumb thing he said, would you have eaten here? She said no. But that's beside the point. The point is that she wants the experience. So, Gil, if you want her to embrace the things that you um uh, um um, um want or your love language, then you have to embrace her love language. Love language doesn't define you in totality. It is just a window of how to approach a person, right? That you're interested in. How to best get their attention. But that's not the totality of that person. And I think a lot of people say, this is my love language and I'm stuck here. We all have all of the love language. We just have some of them that are more dominant than the other ones. But compassion and all of that still works. So he decides that he's going to massage her feet, which to me is extremely intimate. I don't want you massaging my feet and I ain't never kissed you, because I still ain't going to feel it down there. Like, it's not going to do it for me. And so he says that, he got this massage thing on, he got these skills, and he begins to massage her feet, and it's just okay. It's a 5. And so here's the thing, I haven't kissed you, and this isn't going to arouse me because Myrla's looking for something more. For us, you got to get us here. And he can't get her here because he's too busy criticizing her. He's too busy throwing shade. She talked about, his loving things. And she talked about how many chocolate chip cookies that he liked. And those chocolate chip cookies mean just as much to him as her red bottoms. So you can't minimize one. She says, I want you to eat healthier because you've been buying them by the dozen. And so I think you need to eat something that's keto friendly because your gut, and you got gas at night. But that ain't important to him. She didn't minimize it. She just said, you know what? I need you to slow down. But chocolate chip cookies are important to him. And because it has a little dollar value, doesn't make it right. I know y'all ready to read Auntie's glasses off her face, but it doesn't make it right. Just because your chocolate chip cookies cost $2.50, but you buying them every day, it's still adding up. It's still an expense in the household. That's not a shared expense. You see how that go? It's still an expense. It's still something that needs to be budgeted. He asked her for a budget. How much you budgeting for them fucking cookies? And you only making $40,000 a year. She said that she rated his foot massage a 5. The way that he was gripping up on her feet and he was doing it inconsistent like that, I would have rated it probably a 3. But first of all, I wouldn't let him touch my feet because I don't feel that way about you. Now, the two of them are touchy-feely, but she's not at that place of foot massaging. And a foot massage ain't for everybody. I don't like people touching my feet. I don't like it. So that's an assumption. He asked her, she said, yeah, if you want to rub my feet, that's fine. She liked them. It ain't for everybody. It's not a turn on for everybody. For some women it is, and for some women it ain't. Okay, I like that. She's a Gemini. We need intellect and ambition and coins. Okay. K Love 92 said a broke, cheap man couldn't get me excited or seduce me either. So I get it. You ain't got no money and that's all you talking about is mine? Bitch, if you don't sit down somewhere, you better. Just because you don't have money, you're not going to spoil my joy. That's like taking somebody out on with you and they ain't got no money all the time. After a while, you stop calling them bitches. I didn't say she wasn't trying. I think she's trying because she's very intimate with him in another way. She's very touchy feeling. She's allowing him into her space. She is trying. But what if you was with somebody and they took your flaw? Because he sees this as a flaw. And they took your flaw, and every time you turned around, they was throwing it in your face. It's not right. It's not right. Because you heavy. Right? Because you got matched up with that person. You didn't know. So you come into the table and you got an extra 50 pounds on you that you're conscious of as a woman or a man, and you want to get that weight off. And every time you turn around, they're talking about your weight. Or let's say that you got a tooth that you need to get fixed. It's a little fucking crooked, or you got a gap in your teeth and you've never been able to afford to get that fixed. But every time you turn around, that individual is saying something about a flaw. To him, he sees Myrla's shopping and her way of life as a flaw. And that's what makes it wrong. That's what makes it wrong. Every time I see you, every time we have a conversation, you're talking about my eyelashes and how much I pay. I didn't ask you for a dime. Myrla made it very clear to the judges, to these doctors, that she wasn't going to give up her lifetime, and they give her a broke ass busted. He's a buster, or as Janice calls him, a dusty. His shoes at the wedding, go back and look at his shoes, turned over like a mother. You couldn't rent no shoes. You ain't have no homeboy that could help you rent no shoes, mother. You ain't got nobody in your corner to help you, young. You at the wedding and you busted. This is one of the most important days of your life, and you got busted shoes on. The last couple that I want to talk about is Michaela and Zack. Why don't they go? Here's the thing, Zack, you don't know how to communicate. And if you don't know how to communicate with normal, you damn sure ain't going to be able to communicate with crazy. Allegedly, in my opinion. You can't even communicate on a baby's level. And now you sit up here with crazy. Thank you so much, Robin Fields, for the $4.99 super chat. Caught another live. Hey, auntie. Hey, cousins. Hey, Robin. Thank you, boo. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Zack, by his own admission, has not... Hear me. Ladies, I'm telling you, hear me. Zack, by his own admission, has had a problem with communicating with every fucking female he's come in contact with. And now they take Zack and give Zack crazy Hurricane K. The only way the two of them know how to communicate is in the bed, and even that ain't working. Because you should at least have some residue when you get out. That's when you know you had some good that's when you know it was good. That's that get back. You got that get back. You got that bounce back. You got that bounce back. Okay, I'm a bounce back. All right, I'm not going to run, but I'm going to bounce back. I'm going to bounce back. Let me tell you, if you get you some of that bounce back, you coming back and you bouncing when you coming back. You got that bounce back. You got that bounce back, though. You got that. What? Look at my head. Let's fix it, girl, because you cannot. where you could get up out of the bed and still get along for at least a couple of hours or a couple of days? Yeah. He doesn't know how to communicate. He cannot articulate what he's thinking. He's living in the past by always bringing the past up. He's indicating, that every relationship that I've been in, again, as I said last week, you are the common denominator. You are the common denominator. It's not Michaela. It ain't girlfriend number 7. First of all, you bring two people together who ain't never been in love. Never experienced love. But because your brothers are in love and your mom and daddy in love, you feel like you can master this. But as soon as the times get rough and things get hard, you running back home, bitch. And then you telling your homeboys, you know what? Thank you, William. Thank you. Zack comes back up in the house like he never, like he just went to the store. You gonna walk up in this mofo and go up in the refrigerator like you live here? You abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore. Bitch, it's a vacancy. You got $5 for that glass of whatever you just poured. You walk up out of here and you act like you scared to death to be around me. Then what you need to do is bring a police officer with you when you come. Because see, what we not going to do is we're not going to play these games. That you can get up here and walk out and act like I'm crazy. Yeah, I'm crazy. This woman never assaulted him. She never did anything to warn him walking out that door like that. Like he's so fucking scared. And then you sit your ass down and say, I can't do this. Then don't. Did you come to get your cologne that you left on the counter? Why you hear that? It was very mature of Michaela to allow him to walk up in that door because Auntie had been petty. Why are you here? He says that when he tried to contact her, okay, and the next day after he walked out the door in fear for his life, he's so scared he can't sleep there. You mean to tell me that you couldn't go into the second bedroom and lock the door and put the dress up against her? But to just walk out and then you're going to walk back in? And now, since you came to your senses and you was being petty, Zack, now you're going to come back up in here? And tell me about a bee? Now, what I don't like is Michaela's body language. Her body language, her is very aggressive. When you sitting there and somebody's talking to you and they going, that's passive aggressiveness. That's making the other person uncomfortable. That's making the other person walk on eggshells. It's disrespectful. You don't have to conduct yourself. So the two of them, her nonverbal communication is intimidating. As a woman, as a person, as a man, as a human being, we need to check sometime our nonverbal communication. Because the way that she was looking at me would have shut me down. I would have walked away. Because it's what you're not saying. See, your nonverbal communicates what you dare not say out of this. or your nonverbal communication is communicating what you would say out of this. Don't hold nothing back. Say it. If you have something to say, just say it. But when you are at the point where you don't know how to communicate and you're trying to maintain that crazy, then your nonverbal is going to look crazy. And he was talking so daggone fast because he's really in fear. He's in fear of how he's going to react. And so he doesn't want to act like that on camera. But the way the two of them cuss at each other already is ridiculous. Both of their mouths are foul to one another. They've already crossed a line. Because even though they're having sex, they're absolutely not making love. They probably up in that joint throwing each other around. So he comes and he wants to talk to her. He said that when he tried to get in contact with her, she said, bitch, you got to use this number now. Now I need you to use an app to talk to me on. Michaela, that was so petty, young. That was so petty. Because any affection that he did have for you, you shut it down. Through all this petty behavior, you shut it down and you said, you know what? I'm not having a housewarming party. When he confronts you about it and talks to you about it, you say, you know what? I didn't know. I didn't know. But, even if I did know, I probably still would have did it because I'm crazy. You saw across the street. But Zack married to her. And so you have to be a married man. And you can't walk out the door. And you don't go to bed with issues. You don't let the sun go down on your problems. You talk about it. So now he's sitting in there with her and she's like, half of what Michaela is going through is fear of abandonment. It's rejection. See, because Michaela is now in a position where she feels rejected. And so because Michaela feels rejected by him, she's going to protect that little girl. She's going to protect her. Oh, yeah. So he sits there and he tells her story. He tries to use a metaphor of sitting under a tree, bitch. And he's got a book. And he loves this book. And he cannot wait to read it. How the fuck do you know that you love a book that you just reading? But okay, we're going to go along with the metaphor. Maybe this is one of your favorite books. Because if it's a book that you're trying to read, that you love, and you ain't never read it, how you love it. But anyway, he misspoke. There's this book that I'm interested in. I think I love this book. Or this is one of my favorite books. I want to sit under this tree and read it. And as I begin to read the book, a bee comes up. And the bee is bothering me. I'm swatting the bee away, and it goes away. I begin to proceed to read the book, and then another bee comes. And this little bee comes over and a bee is bothering me, and I swats that one away and I go back. And then the third bee comes and this bee stings me. Bitch, it was the first bee. The first bee was the second bee, which was the third bee. It was the same bee, bitch. It was the same bee. The bee didn't like being swatted the first time or the second time. And the third time it got you. But what does the old cliche say? If the dog bites you the first time, it's the dog fight fault. If the dog bites you the second time, it's yours. When the bee came the first time and you swatted it, it was the bee fault. But when the bee came the second time, you should have got your ass up. Now, Michaela says that he should have been looking for the hive. For what? The bee had already told him, I want to sting your ass. Fuck the book, throw the book, and run. He's using this as a metaphor to talk about his relationship with her. You've already told Michaela that you can't deal with this and you don't want to stay in this relationship, but still and yet you want to sit under the tree and continue to get stung by a bee. This ain't getting no better. It wasn't 3 different bees. It was the same bee, Zack. Y'all help me out. 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 If you're going to use a metaphor like that, make it make sense. And I didn't blame her at that point for looking at him like, what the? Bitch, the best you got is a bee? He says, what can I do to be a better husband? So I don't know. Can we get back to where we was? Where were you? You just met her. You spend half the time away from her. You don't know her outside of the bedroom. And if the is good, okay, we're gonna do magic tricks. We don't care what. We're gonna make it stallion you to death. If it's the right, y'all know what I'm saying. We making stallion up in that camp. You crazy? Them knees is putting this girl, we putting them knees to work. That ain't got nothing to do with what goes on the outside. Now she's going to use the power of persuasion and the power of the purse. Oh, yes, she is. She's going to use the power of the purse. But what she doesn't understand is no coins in, no coins out. You withholding ain't gonna help your cause. She said, I'm just going day by day now. I'm going day by day. They are both turned off. They are both through. They're done. The way when they went out and tried to change things and they went out on a little date, there's nothing there anymore. Love don't live here anymore. It's a done deal. Because there's too many things that separate them than brings them together. Period. Too many things that separate them. And both of them they don't have the maturity to be in this relationship. Neither one of them. Because the both of them have baggage. And everybody comes into let me just take my glasses off. Everybody comes into a relationship with baggage, whether it's baggage from your parents, your childhood, broken relationships, girlfriend to girlfriend relationships, boyfriend to boy, guys to guys relationship. Everybody comes into a relationship with baggage. It just depends on how much you bring in and what you're willing to unpack. Okay? Listen to me. Everybody has dealt with rejection. Everybody that comes into a relationship has dealt with failures. And everybody that comes into a relationship has been hurt. So when you hear that old saying, hurt people, everybody's been hurt. But everybody who's been hurt does not inflict intentional hurt on others. Because we've all experienced hurt. Even from the point where we failed our first math quiz or first English quiz or was rejected at the lunch table or thought that we were going to accomplish a certain task or feat and we didn't. Rejection from friends, rejections from family, immediate or not. We all come into relationships with that. It's whether or not you are an intentional hurter because you have been hurt or not. You make the decision. Michaela is an intentional hurter. She's malicious, in my opinion, with how she inflicts or replicates or duplicates her hurt onto others, which is, some of us use the word spiteful, vindictive. Those are people who use their hurt to intentionally inflict hurt on others. All hurt people don't hurt people intentionally. And they're remorseful in their heart. And they're quick to apologize. Quick. Whether they're right, wrong, or indifferent. The hurt that they have inflicted on you unintentionally hurts them. And it hurts them to hurt you. So don't believe the hype that all hurt people hurt people. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You got to define that thing. You got to quantify that. You got to make that make sense. And Zack cannot deal with people who intentionally hurt him. It's familiar to him, and that's why he finds himself as a common denominator. Because what his picker, number one, is off. The experts' pickers were off, and they gave him somebody who's vindictive. And they want to make sure that you know that they're hurt instead of articulating it out of their mouth. They're going to use nonverbal clues and communication to make sure that you know where you stand with them. And they got that got you damn eye and that crook and then that what? Nuck if you buck. On except for I don't think that Zack wants that because Zack know that if she nuck, bitch, she gonna buck. She gonna tear some up in there. Okay. Anyway, y'all. That is my opinion of the show. That's my rant for the week. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you to everybody who super chatted tonight. I so appreciate you all. Y'all, let me know down in the comment section what you thought about this, whether or not I was right, whether or not I was wrong. Tell me what you think about the couples. Are they going to stay together? Is any of them going to make it, bitch? Okay. Did the experts intentionally do opposites and not give people what they wanted just for ratings and views and all of that kind of stuff? Tell me what you think about it. Thank you to all the new subscribers who came over from Janice's channel. I really do appreciate you. I have been looking at y'all videos. They have been very entertaining. And again, wait for me to do that collab with Miss Janice, because we're going to come out here and we're going to talk about it from another perspective. Okay, so I love you all to pieces. Thank you again. Thank you, moderators, who always keep the chat nice and safe so that everybody can communicate and give their views and opinions in a safe environment. I love you all to pieces. Thank you again for being here. Love y'all.